Tonight on Newsbeat, student government election results to be announced within the hour, Pam Bondi removed from the Department of Justice, and LSU Gymnastics gears up for the first round of regionals tonight in the PMAC. All this and more, Newsbeat starts now. Good evening and welcome to Thursday Newsbeat. I'm Lexi DeCastro.
And I'm Taylor Garcia. Thanks for tuning in. The big day is finally here. Student government elections are expected to be announced any moment now, and we'll let you know as soon as they come through. But switching to national politics for now, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi has been ousted from the Department of Justice. According to sources familiar with the matter, the move comes after President Trump expressed disappointment in Bondi's job performance. Trump is especially frustrated with Bondi's handling of the Epstein files and not investigating enough of his political opponents. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche will take over as Bondi's role as head of the Justice Department.
For the third time, No Kings protests were organized in cities across the country, and Baton Rouge added to the action Saturday. Tiger TV's Abby Kaiser has more on how the movement criticizing the Trump administration took root in the capital city.
I'm here in downtown Baton Rouge where the third nationwide No Kings protest is about to take place. The protests are rooted in nonviolence and are demonstrations against the Trump administration.
The protest was organized by Indivisible, a community-driven organization dedicated to protecting democracy through activism and advocacy. No Kings 3 was nationwide with over 3,000 protests held across the country. The protests bring awareness to continuous political controversies such as immigration, climate change, and civil rights.
People who don't consider themselves political people who don't think of themselves as activists, who are now understanding that for political change to happen, for all of us to benefit from that, everyday people who, are teachers, people who are workers at the gas station, people who are students, just all across the country, we all need to get involved and we all need to participate in the struggle so that we can make a better world for all of us.
The Baton Rouge protest alone had over 1,400 attendees. With guest speakers and handmade signs, residents are speaking up for problems bigger than themselves and ones that will be fought for long after the protest ends.
We've got 5 amendments coming up on our ballot this year for, I think it's May 16th. Don't quote me on those dates, but that's also the primary election. And it's just really getting people to those polls, because if they don't get out and vote, we're going to be in the same place we're in today.
This call for action that sparked in 2025 continues today in the fight for democracy. Reporting for Tiger TV, I'm Abby Kaiser.
To learn more about Indivisible or how to get involved in your community, visit their website at indivisiblebr.org.
With the stress everyday life provides, it's nice to be able to go somewhere you can call home at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's right, Taylor. And while this may seem obvious, it's something a lot of us take for granted.
To close the gap, LSU is doing their part in the Baton Rouge community.
Danielle Ransfer has the story on how the group that makes up nearly 20% of campus just marked the completion of their 38th home built for a family in need.
This house is the site of LSU's 21st annual Greek Week build. But more than that, it's a future home for homeowner Ariel Williams, an employee of the local Ascension Parish school system.
And you get to know it's not just a home, it's not just a house you're building, it's a home.
Every year, Greek life students from all over LSU come together to build a house in partnership with Habitat for Humanity. The students are able to get 2 months of work done in just a week, and they do it all through community.
We are 42 chapters on campus, but it's one community. We come together to build one house. We're 4 councils, but together, we can make a really big impact.
The students aren't the only one working on the house. The homeowner and her family also get a chance to build their dream, which for them makes it all the more special.
Looking and working on the house, I can say I earned this. I did this by myself.
The project encourages LSU students to try new things, from nailing to cutting and everything in between. The project is a labor of love. This time allows students not only to make a home, but to make connections.
I have had the most amazing week. I have met people from Louisiana, Houston, Dallas, Ohio, New York. I have had a blast out here with the LSU students.
For some, this week serves as a reminder of what a community can do when it comes together, and how sometimes the best foundation you can have is one of love. For Tiger TV, Danielle Rancifer.
Although the building may be done, there are still ways to support. The Baton Rouge chapter of Habitat for Humanity is always looking for donations and more volunteers. Coming up, postseason is here, literally. Get the breakdown on what is critical to the Lady Tigers' success tonight in the PMAC. Don't go anywhere.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there.
Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
love.
You're mine.
And now, a Tiger Sports Update.
Welcome back. The spring semester is winding down for students, but LSU sports teams are gearing up for a busy season. I'm Kennedy Banks, and this is your Tiger Sports Update. LSU Gymnastics' road to the national championship starts tonight in the PMAC, where the team will be hosting their first home regional since 2019. The key to success for the Tigers will simply be to maintain what they've been doing all season. This team has consistently been number 2 in the country for a reason. With Kaylin Chio, who is looking more and more like the next Haley Bryant, Connor McClain, and the many other gymnasts on this talented team, the Tigers are poised for greatness. Head coach Jay Clark spoke to the media earlier this week and said he and the team know what they're capable of.
We've just got to maintain, be the team we've been. It's enough. If we do that, that's what put us in the number 1 seed at this regional. That's what put us as the number 2 overall national seed. That's what got us to the place that we're at. We've got great kids, great talent. We should have great confidence. We should be able to walk into any arena and feel good about what we're about to do, and that's really where we're focused.
The meet will kick off at 7 p.m. in the PMAC, but you can also catch it on ESPN+. And while gymnastics is flipping into their postseason in the PMAC, the Tigers across the street are still catching their footing. LSU baseball and softball will be taking to a different diamond as they prepare for double away trips this weekend. The softball team went 1-2 in the series to number 3 Oklahoma at Tiger Park this past weekend, but showed serious signs of improvement, especially with the defense that's been struggling to slow down other teams from crossing home plate. Defense will be critical for the Tigers as they jet off to Columbia, Missouri to take on Mizzou. And for the reigning national champions, they're starting to look like a complete team after defeating Kentucky last weekend and the Southern Jaguars on Tuesday. The Tiger offense has really started to pick up from their slump over the last few weeks. After scoring 17 runs against Kentucky in the final game of the series on Sunday, just 2 days later, shortstop Stephen Milam hit not 1, but 2 grand slams in the midweek game against Southern. The offense will need to keep up this momentum as they head to Rocky Top to face the Tennessee Volunteers. With such a big weekend for LSU sports on the horizon, make sure to stay up to date on our socials at LSU Tiger TV and tune into the Bayou Breakdown on Monday to see where the cards fell for the Tigers. Next at 5, get an update on one of LSU's new projects. Stick with us.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
There's nothing like celebrating a big play. But now, we're celebrating something bigger than sports.
Love, you're mine.
Love?
You're mine.
You're training your mind as much as you're training your body.
For me, just stay grounded. Be with the people who make my mental health better and not worse.
So when you see us hit this, it's a reminder to
Love.
you're mine.
And this just in, the winner of this year's student government elections are Ben Baruch and Anna Catherine as leaders of the Home campaign. This is the most votes student government has ever gotten at 6,500 ballots cast. The winners will officially take office at the end of the semester. And for more information, you can head to our website, tigertv.tv.
It's been talked about for years. LSU soon begins construction on a brand new library. The university will lay the building's foundations at the corner of South Stadium Drive and Fieldhouse Drive. The school's current library was built in 1958, and the outdated technology and furnishings make it hard to meet students' needs. Dean Stanley Wilder says the $154 million investment in this project is also an investment in students, their academic work, and their futures.
The new one is going to have all sorts of technologies and spaces that accommodate how students do work these days in such a way that there'll be far more group study rooms and advanced technologies.
The project's completion date is set for the fall of 2029. Updates can be found on LSU's Facility and Property Oversight website.
And in pop culture today, rappers Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 are among a list of people accused of orchestrating an armed kidnapping and robbery of fellow rapper Gucci Mane in Dallas, Texas. According to the Department of Justice, the crime occurred at a music studio in Dallas as the group met to discuss the terms of Pooh Shiesty's recording contract. Lontrell Williams Jr., aka Pooh Shiesty, signed to Gucci Mane's label in 2017 and is known for hit songs Back in Blood and FDO. The DOJ says William pulled out an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. U.S. Attorney Ryan Rabel spoke about the case today in a press conference.
The victims in this case came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence as alleged in the charging document. This case should serve as a warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is a viable way to conduct business.
There have been no updates as to Gucci Mane's location, but 8 of the 9 suspects have been arrested.
Well, that's all we have for tonight's Newsbeat. Until next time, I'm Taylor Garcia.
And I'm Lexi DeCastro. Have a great night.